Money in your pocket. Not having to pay for pay-per-views at any point, still illegal streaming. We're not paying for pay-per-views. That Paramount Plus deal becomes a lot easier. How are these things possible, you ask? Ladies and gentlemen, I have a business opportunity and an investment for every single one of you on tonight's UFC 319 card. Now, I came up with this last night sitting in my room. I watched the tape during the day to make these decisions and to bring you what I would like to call the Money Manziel MMA Retire Your Bloodline Parlay. Now it rhymes, so obviously it's great, off the start. If it rhymes, it rhymes, and at that point I think we're pretty fucking golden. But what does this parlay include? Is what you may ask yourselves. And why are we going to be looking like Charles Oliveira with whatever you call that? Why are we going to be Cody Garbrandt, and why are we going to be Cyril Gane dancing? This parlay includes 3 fighters. Very simple, right? We're going to retire people with this. We need 3 guys. 3 of our guys that we trust. And why do we trust them? Because they're getting finishes in each of their fights. We're getting 2 KOs and 1 submission, okay? And $10 will pay us $505. Now, if you're a person who trusts me with your life, and don't trust me with life, just put $10 on this. You could put $100 and you could make $5,000. So you get what I'm saying? We keep upping the scale. There's a lot of money at play here. It's 50-1. There is something to be said about this parlay, and I think that, in my opinion, you go through the most logical things that could happen in these fights. It's pretty fucking logical. It's like the second possibility in 2 of the 3 fights, and I think one of them is the possibility. So, guys, I'm going to present to you each leg one by one of this parlay. It's going to be a beautiful time. Listen, man. Leg 1. I called this leg the Unk Still Got It leg. Now, why do I call it the Unk Still Got It leg? There are a couple Unks on this card. Edson Barboza. This is a man that he KO'd Billy Quarantillo. Almost KO'd Sadiq Youssef before rallying in that fight after a 10-8 first-round loss. This is a guy, he KO'd Shane Burgos at featherweight. He's back at lightweight now. I think his cardio and strength suffered severely at featherweight. We have not seen him at lightweight in a long time, but everyone knows how explosive he was, and how his cardio wasn't awful at lightweight. He can do 3 rounds pretty hard at lightweight. Featherweight, he really struggled with endurance and keeping it up. And I think a lot of people are underestimating Edson Barboza coming in to this fight this weekend. He is minus 130, and I believe it might be less, against Drakkar Klose. Drakkar Klose is dog shit. And I'll talk to you about this in a second, but this should not be this close. I get the Lerone Murphy fight was a tough watch, but it was featherweight Barboza. And I think lightweight looks better. And I think Lerone Murphy is a real big problem for anyone on the feet, especially a guy like Edson who does really bad with technical strikers. That being said, what do I take Edson for? Edson Barboza by KO/TKO is plus 275. Now this is a business investment. You put some money on the plus 275 on your own, probably could make some money too. But we're gonna add on here. And by the way, man, fucking 37 years old, trying to be a prospect. Not while I'm breathing, buddy. No way in hell are you going to be a 37-year-old prospect while I am watching the UFC. You cannot be getting flatlined by Joel Alvarez, dropped by Joaquim Silva. Beneil Dariush has a flatline KO over you. Guy gets hurt every fight. Look at what we did to Billy Quarantillo. There's levels to this game. And we are the levels. So, Drakkar Klose is getting KO'd round 1. Next up, what do I call this leg? Gooners. Assemble. Chase Hooper. Chase Hooper is fighting Alexander Hernandez tonight. I'm recording this in the morning, by the way. That's how late I am on this video, because fucking I was supposed to have another one yesterday, but Brian Battle's a pussy, so, whatever. Either way, Gooners, we are assembling, yes, we, you and I, are assembling 2 bet on Chase Hooper versus Alexander Hernandez. Now, what are we taking in this? We're taking the submission prop plus 175, and I'm going to tell you why. Alexander Hernandez has very solid ground game and takedown defense. The issue with Alexander Hernandez is he is the same as a lot of wrestlers. I liken him to a Cody Garbrandt in a way, where Cody Garbrandt is a great offensive wrestler. He has very good timing. He can sweep you if you reverse him, but defensively on the ground, when you get their back flat to the mat, they have nothing to offer. Alexander Hernandez was controlled by Damon Jackson for, I believe, 6 minutes in their fight. And Damon Jackson is a weak featherweight. They were calling him strong on broadcast. Damon Jackson's weak, you know? So I look at something like that fight there. I then look at a fight with Jim Miller where Alexander Hernandez had a locked in rear naked choke against him and only didn't get finished really because time was running out and Miller tried to switch to finish it with ground and pound. But that was almost there. Hernandez I believe it might have been the Damon Jackson fight too, had moments where he was in serious chokes in a body triangle. I don't know about you, but I wager that Chase Hooper is better on the ground than either of those two guys. And I think that if Alexander Hernandez, who gives up body triangles every single fight, does it versus Chase Hooper, that Chase Hooper is going to submit him. I think this is the most likely play. I think either Chase Hooper submits him or he wins a dominant decision. There is a world where Hernandez wins if he can defend takedowns, but it's not a world that I believe is very likely. I think, if anything, he might have moments in the fight before being taken down in each round. I think Chase Hooper submits him. He's got the forearm strength to submit him. Hopefully he has not been doing the Sean O'Malley and completely, opposing gooning this camp. I like a moderate goon out of Chase Hooper this camp. I like probably 4 times a week. I feel like that will build the forearm strength needed to finish Alexander Hernandez. Either way, what does this channel come to? Leg 3. And the final leg of the parlay that will retire your bloodline forever. Do not look up his father, is what we're titling this leg. Michael Venom Page, his dad is in jail. I feel like I'm allowed to make jokes about this because if you look up what he did, he's just a bad person. So, it is what it is. But now you're wondering to yourself, how does this parlay become 50-1? This doesn't make any sense. You've got a plus 275, a plus 175. But how does it get to that next level? Let me tell you, folks. Michael Venom Page is fighting Jared Cannonier on the pay-per-view tonight, right? Jared Cannonier is a man that gets hurt in every single fight. And it doesn't take much, man. RoboCop dropped him twice early in that fight. I'm being gaslit a little bit by people. People are telling me, oh, dude, Drakkar Klose actually is great offensive wrestling, and what's Edson ever done against offensive wrestlers? Motherfucker has defended takedowns. Oh, Alexander Hernandez is really sharp everywhere. This is a bad matchup for Hooper. Hernandez had trouble with Kurt Hollabaugh his last fight, who is terrible, and he robbed Austin Hubbard, who is also terrible. So I'm not hearing that either. And now I'm seeing stuff like, oh, Jared Cannonier really is only being hurt by the best strikers. Caio Borralho is the best striker in the division? Really? Imavov hurt him really bad. RoboCop isn't some technical striker. He really likes to get you in the clinch and work from there. And yes, RoboCop couldn't finish him. I think it was a botched finish. I think you could have called it. But either way, MVP is a guy that is explosive. It doesn't take more than one shot with him. I think it could take 14 minutes for him to land the one shot. But I think that Michael Venom Page is putting Jared Cannonier stiff tomorrow night. Or not tomorrow night, tonight. It's an opinion of mine that I've kind of been feeling all week. Where I look at Jared Cannonier and I'm like, this guy is slow. He's going to move forward on a straight line. Looking for big shots and looking to clinch. MVP has a flying knee. He has creative elbows. He has creative punches. He just needs one. And I think that he's going to find that one. And that one does not have to be an incredible shot. Jared Cannonier's chin is still gone. And I do think that MVP has the power to put him out. And I'm going to take it for him. I think this fight, he finishes Jared Cannonier. I'm surprised more people haven't been on this play, but obviously he might win a decision. That's probably more likely. But I'm going with MVP by KO. I think it's being slept on. And, dude, look at this, man. Dropped bad by RoboCop twice and hurt in moments at other points in the fight. And then you got Caio Borralho leaving you basically unconscious where you should have been finished. I don't know what the referee was doing. But how do you look like this against Caio Borralho, who made his basically his career being a fucking Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu nerd who would sit on his back and submit people or offensively wrestle his way to decisions. I mean, this guy barely beat Makhmud Muradov. And Muradov was not that good, all in all. Guy was kind of dog shit, to be honest with you. Um, but yeah, man, I really like the MVP side of this fight. I don't know what to tell you guys. So that is the parlay. The Money Manziel MMA Retire Your Bloodline parlay. Lock this in today. Put $1 million on it. Put your mortgage on it. Put that mortgage on it. Take a second mortgage out and put that mortgage on this parlay. Edson Barboza by KO. We are going to chin that fraud. Chase Hooper by sub. Forearm strength. MVP by KO. Trying to forget what his father did. That is the parlay, and that is the YouTube video, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you at the bank. $10 for $505. Freest money you'll ever make. Come back and thank me, or come back and tell me that I should die and never cease to exist again. I will see you boys in the next one. This was just a fun video. I needed something to post on either Friday or Saturday. I had a video ready to go last night. Around 6 p.m. or not around 6. In the afternoon I had a video ready to go. It was kind of a video talking about matchups that I thought were sneaky and ones that if you were only going to watch the pay-per-view, you should watch these prelims. But then Brian Battle, fucking fat ass, literally just a fat guy, missed weight by 4 pounds. Zero discipline on Brian Battle. He's shameful. I like his fighting style. He's actually really fun in the octagon, except for the Randy Brown fight where he missed weight by 4 pounds. I don't know why he doesn't hire a nutritionist. I don't know who's watching over him to make sure he eats the right stuff. This is a guy that's very talented. He's good on the mic, powerful, good grappling. It's upsetting to see this man. And if he really is going to fight in October, because I saw him in Sultan kind of made up, whatever. If he's going to fight in October and he misses weight, they should cut him from the UFC. Because I do not understand this lack of discipline. I get maybe he thought the cut would be a lot easier at 185, so he just kind of came in heavy. But he didn't look that sunken in at 190. He just kind of looked like, fuck, I missed weight. But it is what it is, man. It was another Money Manziel MMA production on the channel today. Don't take all my gambling advice that seriously for the moment. Unless that hits, then take it very seriously. I will see you boys in the next one. Like, comment, and subscribe down below. My TikTok is at MoneyManzielMMA. And I will see you guys around. Peace out.